Hello, welcome to this edition of Kpsn. Our boys hockey team had one of the grittiest wins of the year against Kpsn that ended in a 5-4 high-scoring affair. What a great way to celebrate with their 5 seniors. Early in the first, the boys went down 2-0, but then went on a 4-2 run to rack it up at 4s. Early in the third, the boys put the last Gino in net to take the lead and ultimately win. Great defense in the third, only allowed 3 bad shots on goal to win the game. The WOM went absolutely wild as Nate Gartissimo had a 2-goal game along with goals from senior captain James Boldy, junior Ethan Sullivan, and junior Tim Mullen. The boys now have 2 games left in their regular season and they stand at number 3 in the Hawk 5. With a solid week of practices without any games, the boys have been preparing for a competitive run against Walpole on Saturday at 1:40 p.m. at Rodman Arena and Natick on Wednesday at Foxborough Sports Center. Get those games on your calendar. United, we are WOM.
The training game was pretty good. We got a nice win for the seniors. We're looking to make a bounce back performance against Walpole too.
No, it came out a little slow. Started off with 2-0 Kpsn, rough start, but we got our focus back, came right back, and ended up with a win. Very good with the boys. I mean, got us all hyped up, and our rankings definitely gonna help it.
Big goal, great team effort. Trevor Pelkey had the assist. Everyone was working down low. A lot of emotions. Senior night, got the W. Just a great win.
Big win against Kpsn the other night. How are we feeling heading into the rest of the season?
That win on senior night was absolutely huge. Packed crowd was electric, so it's huge to pull off that one. Get some momentum headed into Walpole.
You know, the physical game, I really set the tone out there, and I mean, I made a statement, you know? That's all.
I think it'll be pretty easy to lock them down and get the win, you know?
Yeah, they're 4th right now in D2, so it's gonna be a tough match.
Absolutely, we're gonna expect to be somewhere mid to low 20s in the rankings, so draw a good team right off the bat, and just what we're all about.
We're moving the puck well, getting more chemistry, and the season hopefully will end on a high note.
Our girls hockey team has been putting in the work this week with no games on their schedule. They ended their last game with a blowout win against Arlington Catholic, which left them with a very positive mindset. The girls are holding steady at 2nd in the Hawk, and they have been busy preparing for Braintree, who they will face tomorrow at 4:30 in the Zapustis Arena. Following this game, they will take on Bishop Fee and Shamrocks on Monday, and Milton on Tuesday. This team is locked in for a strong finish in the regular season.
So for KP Girls Hockey, we're doing pretty good right now. We're 10-9. Our last game was against Arlington Catholic, and we won 6-1. And we have a lot of practices coming up with no games, so we can work on our weaknesses and get strong. My coach scheduled a scrimmage against PBD Lynn, so that will be a good game to get some work in.
This week, our King Philip wrestlers were hitting the mats with focus and intensity after having a great success in sectionals. They battled some very formidable opponents, and we are proud to say that they are sending a stacked crew into the state tournament. Representing our Warriors will be Colby Cloutier, Kydell Sanchez, Jared Shapiro, Matt Olford, Johnny Malloy, Kevin Gillis, and Loden Wells.
How's it feel to get to the state tournament as a freshman?
As the only freshman on the KP varsity team, it feels really good to make it to the state tournament. Hopefully make some noise, get some big scores looking at me.
We trained real hard. We went real hard on Tuesday, and we're lighting it up, preparing for our tournament this weekend at Milton. Our chemistry is really good. We got a really strong team. We support each other, and I feel like we just need to back each other. Everyone matches, and I hope we can make top 10 next days.
We missed second by 1 point, but still we were really good. You know, Captain Colby Cloutier got first. Our other captain, Kevin Gillis, got second. Tough loss in the finals, but we all did really good, and we have 7 wrestlers advancing to states.
I placed 3rd at sectionals, which was pretty good for my first year wrestling, and I'm just going to go into all the states and just work as hard as I can.
We got a lot of talent. You did.
We're excited to see what they can do today and tomorrow, and we know their hard work and excellent guidance from their coaches will serve them well.
Our cheer squads had a great weekend, with the varsity winning 2nd place in their competition and the JV team grabbed 4th with their performance. They've been working hard all week to prepare for a very busy weekend ahead. Please come out and support the team. where they will host their first at-home competition on Sunday. The action starts at noon.
It's going good. Everybody's working as hard as they can, and we just had a competition. Varsity and JV both did really good, and we have a competition this weekend as well on Saturday and Sunday. The Saturday one's in Wilmington, and then we're hosting our first ever competition here at KP, and Varsity and JV will both be performing, and I hope a lot of people come to that. We're hoping for a really good season so far, and everybody's working their hardest.
Our gymnastics team has completed the season with great success. They miraculously took first place in the Kelly Rex with an impressive 6-2 record. The fact that their squad was made up of just 6 gymnasts did not hold them back.
It was a really great division win. We only have a 5-person team, so we're really underestimated because we don't have enough people to really compete, because all of our scores have to count. Each team is usually allowed 2 throwaway scores, but we don't have enough people for that. And we won the Kelly Rex division by I think 3 or 4 points was the split between first and second place, so it was a really nice win. We got a new plaque to put in the front lobby of the school, and we got second place in the Hawk, second to all Rames, and we only lost by 0.3, so it was a really close win. It wasn't even a whole point, only 3/10, and a lot of our seniors are graduating, which is half the team. We have 4 seniors, so it's good.
The indoor track team has had some great results at the Hawk Championship meet last week. Several of our runners had PRs, and some were able to qualify for the divisional meet happening this weekend at the Reggie Lewis Center. Along with several individuals, we have 1 girls relay team, 2 boys relay teams that will represent King Philip. Everyone is working hard to stay ready and focused so they can be at the top of their game for this big event.
I think it was pretty crazy. Everyone was really excited. We ran against people that we don't usually run against, so it was pretty great all around. I think that in Hawks you have to remember that you're not just racing against one team. It's really everyone out there, and every second counts. I know that some people they're starting to get some aches and pains, so they're going on the bike, alternating that and running, just that they're still healthy in time for divs.
We're looking pretty good. Everybody's in good shape, running well, doing good at the meets. Hopefully it'll continue. Can't wish for anything better.
Flannery Miller will be representing our King Philip swim team in the Division I state meet at MIT tomorrow. She will be swimming the 100 breast and a 200 individual medley, and she's hoping to end her KP swim career with a great success.
My mom started me swimming when I was 6 months old in mommy and me classes. I started swimming competitively for a rec team at 4. And then my mom had me join a club team at 9 years old. So I've been doing this for a really long time at the competitive level. It takes a lot of training. Right now I train 6 days a week, and it's a lot. This is my second rodeo of going to states, but it's the last time, of course, so it's going to be melancholy. I'm going to be excited to move on to college swimming, but also kind of sad because it's ending a chapter in my life. It's been really rewarding. I feel like I get a lot of recognition, which is nice because it's just good to see that my hard work is going into something that's going to get recognized. It has definitely taught me that swimming high school is team-oriented. You're cheering for everyone. You're always up on your feet at the dual meets. It's taught me a lot about team and team dynamics. I'm going to Connecticut College, and I'll be swimming on their varsity swim team. I'm very excited. It's a great group of women. Love the coach, Mindy. I'm just super, super duper excited for the next 4 years.
The boys basketball team took 2 losses against a young Milford team in Zavarian this past week. Falling to a record of 8-9, the boys took on North Attleboro on Tuesday and dominated with a score of 63-35. Tonight they take on Taunton in a big game as they need as many wins as possible to lock a spot in the playoff tournament. Be there for the boys' final games as they wrap up this solid season.
Feeling pretty confident. We needed that big win. We're gonna need every win to make the tournament. Hopefully we can carry this momentum to the next game.
After that win against Big Red, how are you feeling going into Taunton?
It's a must-win game.
because we might not make the tournament, but if we win like at least 2 games, we're guaranteed in. So it's a must-win game.
Got to win a couple games in a row to make these playoffs, man. And I want to do it for them seniors. I mean, Colin Pack, Willa Plant, Grant Kinney, Tommy Moderano, and I want to do it for them. So I'm gonna work hard.
The King Philip girls basketball team currently holds a 9-7 record, and they are being led by Emily Sawyer, who is averaging an impressive 25 points per game. Bonner and Paschke are also contributing to the team's success, with both players averaging 8 points per game. With the talent and leadership they have displayed so far, the King Philip girls basketball team is poised to finish their season on a strong note. On Tuesday, the girls played their senior night against North Attleboro. North ended up winning 38-37 in a heartbreaker for our seniors' last home game. Coming up in their next game, the girls have a tough Taunton team. With playoff hopes still a possibility, KP will be coming out to fight for a playoff berth.
We're doing pretty good. We just won our 10th game that gets us into the playoffs, and we have 2 pretty good teams this week, but I think we can beat them both, and we have a tournament next weekend. So
this Wednesday marked the last race of the season for our ski team. Despite the shortened season, the team was able to get in some quality races and have an excellent season. The girls placed 3rd overall out of 9 teams, and the boys placed 6 out of 10 teams. Over the whole season, there were some top performers who consistently dropped excellent times, and this was shown in their last race. Ava Lutfi, Charlie Morris, Megan Eldred, and Audrey Lutfi were among the top skiers throughout the season and will be participating in states in the weeks to come.
It's senior night! Woo! Got a really good season, got a lot of new people. A lot of new people have hit new PRs and stuff like that. We've got a really great season as just a whole, and it's nice to have the team bond together.
Yeah, the conditions have been pretty rough this season, but we've tried to make the best out of it. We've only had a few races canceled, but keep going.
The Celtics had a busy schedule this week and are desperately trying to keep that spot at first in the division. But the Milwaukee Bucks are just waiting to knock down that door. The C's have had to deal with a number of injuries recently, forcing the team to rely on depth to hold things together. They lost an OT to the Bucks on Tuesday and bounced back with a win against the Pistons on Wednesday. Jason Tatum is working on finding his flow with new players on the court while also trying to prove his candidacy as the league MVP. The Celtics don't play again until Thursday and are hoping to get everyone strong and healthy by then when they travel to Indiana to take on the Pacers. 52 games into the season and the Bruins are putting on a show. They have had a record of 39-8 and are 7 ahead of the Toronto Maple Leafs, the second best team in the Atlantic Division. They have outscored their opponents 39-14 with a whopping 72 points in 52 games. David Pastrnak is proving he's one of the best forwards in the league and maybe even an MVP candidate. Hopefully our Bruins can keep the heat cranked up and deliver the Stanley Cup Boston has been waiting for since 2012.
I mean, I think they're winning the cup. Really good team this year, probably one of the best teams of all time.
These are rolling, dude. Like, the boys are playing. We had the Stars the other night. Beat them 3-2. It was big.
Over to Pastrnak. Leaving it now, McAvoy. McAvoy, backdoor, Pastrnak!
Before our long week off, sit back, relax, and enjoy the man himself preaching. So nice to meet you, sir. Right, posted outside of your classroom?
Yep.
Who's the NBA GOAT?
Of all time, MJ.
Now we agree.
Who's
the expert?
Oh.
Who's a better chef? Gordon Ramsay, Guy Ferrari, or James Danielson?
Ooh.
What kind of question is that?
I'm gonna go with Gordon. He makes some tasty treats. I don't like Guy Fieri a lot. It's too greasy.
Never had a Danielson cheeseburger?
I can't say I have, but I'm sure it's fantastic. How do you know that?
Flamin' Yawn.
You were arguing about a cheeseburger?
If we took everyone out of 3 of your classes, all 3 of them, and we put them in an MLB style draft, who are you picking first overall?
Oh, well, I think Nixon. Nixon.
What's the embarrassing song on your playlist?
Surfing Bird.
Sharpened bird?
You have to play that. You have to play
We'll play that. Alright, last question. LeBron and Will LaPlante on a team versus MJ and Kinney. Who's winning? The two NBA players have to guard each other.
It's MJ and Kitty. What?
It's MJ and Kenny.
It's MJ and Kinney? Alright, because those two factor. They factor.
They do.
That's it this week. We couldn't barge into his class. Oh, that's a great song. That's a song. Peter Griffin. Daniel song?
No, it's not. Miss Green.
Alright, I have a question for Mr. Chief here. You put Kramer at goalie. Mr. Geary shooting. It's an NHL shootout style rules out of 3. Who's winning that matchup?
I think that's easy. I think it's Kramer all day, right?
I think he is too. Like, beast in the net probably. The butterfly, you know. NBA GOAT.
It's not a question.
Who is?
Who's your NBA GOAT?
Oh, NBA GOAT?
Yeah.
It's Michael Jordan. It's
Thank
not even
God.
close.
We actually have logical humans here that don't just, you know, go over LeBron like that. And that's our broadcast for today. We hope everyone has an enjoyable and safe winter break. Make sure you get out there to catch some winter sports action. Our athletes truly appreciate your support. Enjoy the snow.